Are you eligible for an EU passport? Well, Decker-Peck's levy is helping individuals with the process of obtaining EU citizenship, presenting the opportunity to move, live, and study in all EU countries with no visas or permits needed. Joining me now in studio to discuss this is Michael Decker with more. Thank you for joining.
With pleasure.
So, Michael, who is eligible to obtain Polish citizenship in this case?
Basically, anyone that is a descendant of a Polish citizen potentially is a Polish citizen because Polish citizenship is basically granted by birth. So there may be millions of people around the world that don't know it but could apply for confirmation of Polish citizenship. But there are also probably millions around the world that won't meet these the conditions and the requirements because there are various requirements in order to be able to confirm your Polish citizenship. And
how can someone determine if they meet the criteria necessary for this?
So basically, there are various requirements. For example, the ancestor had to leave Poland after 1920. He wouldn't be able to serve in a foreign armed force. He wouldn't be able to work in any public government position, for example. And therefore, every check will need to be particular and individual in order for us to see if basically the eligibility did not stop at a certain stage, which would prevent the potential clients to confirm his Polish citizenship.
So we're looking a long way back. What happens if someone doesn't have much information or any documents from their ancestors, their grandparents?
First of all, that's usually the case. Most people don't have all the relevant documents. Even sometimes they don't have the birth certificates or very basic documents of the grandparents or great-grandparents. That's usually the level of ancestry we're talking about. So basically, our office has a service where we assist with this. We have genealogists in our firm, and we help to locate documents in the archives in Poland. And for this, we basically need usually like the full name, date of birth, and city where they resided in Poland, and then we can conduct these searches in Poland and in the countries where they immigrated to afterwards to see if the eligibility wasn't disconnected.
Now, is it possible to apply for citizenship confirmation without a lawyer? Can one do it by themselves?
That wouldn't. First of all, technically speaking, then anyone can represent themselves before the Polish government. As a lawyer, I only basically have the client sign a power of attorney, and then I operate on his or her behalf. However, you need to know Polish for starters, because all the application is in Polish. That's one. Secondly, as we explained before, most clients don't have very basic documents. So just for that, you would need like an expert to help locate documents. For example, if we have clients in the US and their ancestors migrated through Israel and then migrated to the United States, we would need to prove, for example, that they didn't serve in the Israeli IDF. So therefore, you need someone here on the ground to contact the IDF and obtain an approval that there was no army service. And thirdly, it's bureaucracy. So you don't want to make mistakes and you want to submit a good application. And therefore, I think it's definitely advised to use a lawyer in this process.
Michael Decker, thank you very much for all of this information.
Thank you. With pleasure.